And welcome to another round of Sports Views. Tonight I'm reviewing Philadelphia Union 1, Nashville SC 1. Philadelphia Union win 2-0 on penalties. You heard that right, 2-0. It was an absolute horrible penalty shootout. Trying to keep this clean in the first 20 seconds. Absolute horrible shootout, and we'll get into it. In the Eastern Conference Semifinals, the first Eastern Conference semifinal in the MLS Cup playoffs, Philadelphia Union go through. And if they face New England in the Cup, the Eastern Conference final, they will go to New England. If they face NYCFC, they will still host it at Subaru Park. Goals were scored as follows. In the 38th minute, ball crossed in by Eric Miller. Hani Mukhtar heads it in past Andre Blake. Good offensive play. Elvis Powell is not even there to defend Hani Mukhtar. And Hani Mukhtar easily just runs in, slides in, heads it in to make it 1-0. Then in the 45th plus second minute, Daniel Gazdag, ball shot off a Nashville defender, falls back to Gazdag. He scorpion kicks it into the goal past Joe Willis to make it 1-1. That's the way it would go into half. Then the way it would go into full time. Extra time, halftime, 1-1. After extra time, 1-1. We go to a penalty shootout. Nashville takes first. Hani Mukhtar takes. Shoots it down the right corner. The left corner. On the TV, the left corner. Andre Blake goes the right way. Catches it right in his arms. Right on the ground level. Hani Mukhtar misses the penalty. And you knew from that point Nashville were screwed. Then Jack Elliott, center back, goes the same way against Joe Willis. Joe Willis goes the other way. Jack Elliott puts it fast into the bottom left corner to make it 1-0 Philadelphia. Then Anibal Godoy comes up to take the penalty. He shoots it to the right side. Blake gets there and saves it. What a stretch from Andre Blake. Still 1-0. Then Sergio Santos still can't score a goal from a pretty much gimme, which it really wasn't in this match. But still, Sergio Santos saved by Joe Willis. Absolutely horrible, but again, Sergio Santos couldn't score in this match, but he got saved by his teammates. Still 1-0. Alex Muil puts it over the top to the side. Andre Blake doesn't even touch it. He tries to be cute, trying to put it top corner. Goes wide right like Finkel. Lakes is out, buddy. Lakes is out. Goes wide right. Still 1-0. Jack McGlynn puts it in easy as you like past Joe Willis to make it 2-0. Then Walker Zimmerman skies it to end the penalty shootout. 1-1. 2-0 on penalties for Philadelphia Union. Oh my God, what a horrible shootout. Oh my God, that's a wasted 2 hours I'll never get back. Well, the whole game, but especially that shootout. My God. No. How do you do that bad at a penalty shootout? And I'm a Toronto fan, okay? You could say, but your team sucks at shootouts. Not that bad. They at least could score. They have scores. What was that? Stats are as follows. 24 shots to 13, 2 shots on goal to 3, 50% possession to 50% possession, 520 passes to 525 passes, 76% pass accuracy to 77% pass accuracy, 16 fouls to 24, 0 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 1 offside to 1, 11 corners to 8. Both teams had their moments in this game. I would say it was half and half, slightly Philadelphia dominating wise. Philadelphia slightly was better, I would say, but both teams had their moments. Both teams had their chances, but Nashville, oh my God. I knew Philly would be at an advantage with Andre Blake as their goalkeeper. We didn't know how Joe Willis would go in penalties. We didn't know how anybody but Hani Mukhtar would go in penalties, and Hani Mukhtar missed at the exact worst time, and he should be MVP this season. Seriously, I still believe that. Hani Mukhtar should be the MVP of MLS this season. Not Carles Gil, not Daniel Shalhoub, it should be Honey Mukhtar. He was that good. But the worst time to miss was that. And he definitely put Nashville on a bad foot. And I don't want to blame Honey Mukhtar because he's been so amazing for them this year. There's a reason they got this far, and it was him. But sometimes they giveth and then they taketh. And that was bad. And for me, Nashville, if Daniel Lovitz scores that goal and doesn't basically slip over the ball, they win this game. I mean, they should have if they did get that. But of course, he slips over the ball. He can't shoot. He doesn't shoot it. He slips over it. He tips it, and it gets cleared. And it was an open shot. He would have scored had he got a foot to that. Far corner, easy as you like. But this is not about ifs and buts, all right? Nashville didn't really play well except for about 55, 60 minutes of this game. And then the penalty shootout, they laid an egg. Philadelphia did enough. They honestly should have won besides the penalty shootout if Sergio Santos could have put a ball on frame. But he didn't because he couldn't put a ball on frame today. With that being said, the Union were the better team. They honestly, this is a deserved result. This is a fair result. Philadelphia were better. I did have Nashville going through, so I'm 1 for 3 on my conference semifinal predictions. So we'll see if I go 2 for 2 or 2 for 4, 500, or 1 for 4, 25%. Because, of course, wasn't great, okay? Nobody expected RSL, and seriously, this, I'm not shocked. This was going to go either way, but I thought Nashville were the better team before the game. But today, Philadelphia deserved to win. Frankly, you could say Nashville had chances. You could say Philly had chances. But frankly, Philly, they put one of the shots on net that Sergio Santos has. They win before a penalty shootout. Sergio Santos should have put a ball on frame. Out of the 5-6 shots he had for the 30 minutes before extra time, 30 minutes up, 60 minutes he was on. He should have put one on. He really should have. And for that, I have to say, Philly deserved to win. They were the better team today, I think. Just slightly, barely slightly, they were the better team. Nashville, if they played 5 minutes better or 10 minutes better, they probably win this game. It goes either way. It could go either way. This game was down the middle as much as you could get it. There wasn't really a slight tilt. It was down the middle the whole time except the penalty shootout, but actual play, actual football, the actual gameplay, it was down the middle, as easy as you could get it. Philly dominated at times. Nashville had their moments at times. So with that said, this was a fair result. This is a fair result. And Nashville fans, I wouldn't be mad. I would be sad. And the Western Conference may be harder for you next year because the East is absolute trash, especially this year. This year, the East was trash. There's a reason the Revs steamrolled their way to the Supporter Shield. The East was trash. Besides y'all and Philly for half a year, because it took them only half a year to get second and pip you. You finished third on a whole year's results. It only took them half a year, maybe less, to pip you to second, which is why they were at home. So, besides y'all, New England, and somewhat Philly, the East sucked. Toronto honestly should have been able to get back into the situation of, hey, we could get back to the playoffs. They were that bad. They didn't. Shows you how bad they actually were because, the East was that bad. It was a lot of taking shots at each other and undercutting each other. It was like player haters ball from Dave Chappelle. Right. Philly fans, well-deserved. That's how I'd feel if I were you. Man of the match for me, Andre Blake. You do not win this if not for Andre Blake. He won the penalty shootout. None of your offensive players deserve to be man of the match. Hell, nobody but Hani Mukhtar on Nashville deserves to be man of the match, but I'm going to give it to the winning team because that makes a lot more sense. Andre Blake, the best goalkeeper in CONCACAF right now. Right now, best goalkeeper in CONCACAF, Andre Blake. I know Ryan LFC will love that. Even though it's true, I know he'll love that. For me, Andre Blake was man of the match. There's no question about it. Who else could it have been? Andre Blake won that game. He won that shootout. Nashville got stymied by Andre Blake. And also throughout the game. But that's Andre Blake for you. He stole this game. Even though y'all should have scored a second goal in regular time or extra time, and y'all were more likely to do it than Nashville, tell you the truth, Andre Blake stole this game again. Never get rid of him. He's the one player you cannot get rid of until he chooses to hang up the boots, frankly, and the gloves. Frankly, you keep him. Hell, at this point, you probably should be able to, considering Europe hasn't come calling for him for some dumb reason. I don't get it. Nobody gets it. He should be in Europe right now, but now I don't think it'll ever happen. Hold on to him for dear life. But then again, it's the Philadelphia Union. They'll make a mistake at some point. Congratulations on going to the Eastern Conference Final. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Check out my Patreon, $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything's appreciated. Help support the channel. Be awesome if you do, or just wait for my YouTube memberships to start next year, because I think that's what we're going to do. With that being said, also support by liking, sharing, commenting, hitting that big red notification bell if you subscribe or once you subscribe, super chats on the live streams, putting this in playlists, sharing this with your friends and family, all that great stuff. Tuesday, I have a live watch along in RSR for New England Revolution versus NYCFC in the MLS Cup playoffs. We still got more to go and then half a month. This season's almost over. We're in the home stretch. We already were, but we definitely are now. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.